Hey guys, Sarah Etter here, your 7-figure raising capital coach and professional real estate investing mentor. I'm so excited to be live with you guys today. I am so sorry that I missed yesterday. For all of you Canadians out there, you will completely understand because I had some major battery issues with my car. It would not start. It was minus 35 yesterday and today here in Guelph, Ontario. So we are doing a little bit of a different session today. And so we're going to be talking today about social media and raising capital and getting joint venture partners. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know it's super random in the afternoon, but now seem like as good a time as any. So let's dive in. For all of you that have been following my page, you know that I am a specialist when it comes to raising capital. I'm also a millennial, I'm 30 years old, and a lot of people ask me, Sarah, what are your techniques? You know, what is new and different and innovative that you do to raise so much capital in such a short period of time? And my answer is social media. Whether you love it, whether you hate it, or a bit of both, it is here to stay. Facebook has been around since 2006, and it is just become such an integral part of our lives. Instagram, Snapchat, YouTube, these little pieces of social media that we use are just, implemented into the fabric of our society. And the cool part is that they allow you as a business to leverage that. Now, there are billions of users. You heard that right, billions, not just millions. Meaning that if you can target your ads, target your message, these platforms are unlike any other. You are a limited resource. I obviously go to a lot of different networking events and raise capital that way. Nothing can be a good face-to-face connection. However, if you think about this objectively, I can only be in so many networking rooms talking to so many people at one time. And there's that whole missed opportunity type of thing. But in terms of social media, I could hypothetically be in front of tens of thousands of people at the exact same time on autopilot, getting joint venture partners. So, this leverage, this power of social media. I want to tell you right now, if you are an investor and you're trying to raise capital, you're trying to get joint venture partners, and you are not using social media, you don't have a website, you're not out there with a presence online, you are doing yourself a disservice. If you get anything from this live training today, I want you guys to get out there. Go sign up for a cheap, cheerful website on Squarespace, on Wix. Go print yourself some business cards, get yourself a logo, get yourself a brand, make yourself a little Facebook page. I don't care what it is, an Instagram account, but I want you to get out online. You have no idea the opportunities that you're missing by not putting it out to the world and telling them what you're doing. If you think about it like this, no one knows what you're doing unless you tell them. I know that seems super counter or super intuitive, but seriously, if you are an investor, but you haven't advertised that you're accepting joint venture partners, looking for private capital, advertising some of your deals, establishing yourself as a pro, then how do people know to come to you? How do they know that you're available for partnering, that they should partner with you if you haven't established your expertise? And the online space is such a great way to do that. You can put past deals up, examples, post behind the scenes of different projects that you're working on currently, writing blogs about why you're an expert in a given field. Then people, it's like a no-brainer. They will reach out to you and want to invest with you because they love what you do. They love your enthusiasm. They love your expertise. They love your passion. There's so many different reasons. And a lot of times, guys, keep in mind that your brand isn't all to do with just the numbers or the deals or exactly what it is that you do. I get a lot of people commenting and reaching out to me because they love that I am so knowledgeable, that I'm enthusiastic, that I clearly love what I do. That sells just as many people as the fact that I'm really good at multifamilies and analyzing and et cetera, right? So that's definitely something to keep in mind, that the brand that you portray isn't all about the numbers, isn't all about the deals. It's also about your personality, and you get to let that shine on social media. You get to let that like through on your online presence. And this is the thing, is once it's on the internet, it's on the internet. You don't have to do it again. So if you're putting up ads, if you have a Facebook, if you're blogging, you have a YouTube channel, people are gonna keep finding that and watching that well past the time that you put it up, months ago. And it's gonna continue to sell people over time, and you only had to do it once. So again, that's the power of social media, is it might seem time consuming at the beginning, but once you're done, then it's there forever. And it's like this whole portfolio, this whole pamphlet of information on who you are as an investor that's just out there for the world to find. I get people now that say, oh yeah, I saw all your videos. I'm really excited to join your coaching course, and I'm going to go through, all your YouTube videos and get a little bit of preliminary info. I read your books. I did this. Like, I have just like a whole plethora of stuff out there for people to find me, and they identify right away that I'm an expert and I know what I'm doing. And it didn't take that long, it didn't take that much effort. It was almost like no cost involved besides a bit of my time. So I'm highly encouraging you that like this is a big deal. So I would recommend that if you are first getting started, you have no social media presence. Now, I'm not talking that you yourself have a personal Facebook page or you yourself have a personal Instagram page. I'm talking about like your actual business. Does your business have a presence? Does your business have a Facebook business page? Does your business have an Instagram page? Are you blogging about it? Are you talking about it? Because if you're not, then you need to start today. So these are the 3 things that I'm recommending. If you don't have a website, get one. Whether you decide to ever use social media or not, you need a website. You need to put it on your business cards. You need to hand that out to people. You just send them some emails to friends and family, do whatever, direct people, get them to find you on this website, okay? It's so important. If someone at a networking event is like, oh cool, you have like 20 properties, that's awesome, and they Google you and you don't have a website, they will instantly think you are sketchy, that you are not legit, or that you don't take yourself seriously enough. Neither of those things are an option. So you need to make sure that you have an online presence on a website. If you really, really are like, ugh, you can't stand the thought of putting together a website, you don't have the time, whatever excuses you come up with, go on a website called Fiverr. That is Fiverr.com. There are people from around the world who can design you a full functional website for under $200 in a week-long turnaround time. So get out there. There's like absolutely no excuses why you cannot have a website with good SEO that's going to get you ranked on Google and at least get you up into like the radar of some potential joint venture investors. Now, if you're going to have a website, you should have somewhere to plant that website so that people can search for you. I would recommend either Facebook or YouTube if you're going to really commit to something. Facebook is the obvious choice because you already have a Facebook profile. It's really easy to add a business page to your existing personal profile, and you can then embed your website there. People can search for you, they can find you. So at that point, you're going to have to get a logo. Again, go back to Fiverr. You can probably get one for under $50. Okay, it's going to be your brand. It's what you're going to put on your business cards. Even if you only have 2 properties, but you really, really want to raise capital, no one is going to take you seriously if you do not have a Facebook page, a website, or a business card. So at least please go to Fiverr, get a little logo design. Even if you're like, I don't even have a company name yet, I just have a couple of properties. It's okay. You still need to be an expert. People underestimate the power of that. That just by having a business name, by having a business card that you give to people with a nice little logo on it, then all of a sudden, it's like people are like, oh wow, like you're a real business. They want to give money to people that they trust. And nothing says trust like someone that's invested time and money into their branding and into becoming a professional business. No matter how good your business is, if you don't have some sort of like something to show for it, no one can take you seriously. Like I cannot emphasize that enough. And if you don't want to believe the track record that I have, then believe the fact that I am actually a marketing major. So I have a bachelor's in business and marketing. So this is not shenanigans. I studied this. There's so many, like such overwhelming evidence that points to the same conclusion. So please get yourself a logo, get yourself some professional business cards, and get yourself a website. Then you're going to create a little business page on Facebook. I highly encourage that you post at least once a day. If you cannot commit to that, please do so at least 3 to 5 times a week. I know that seems like a lot, but keep in mind that you have to engage your followers. You need to make sure that people can see what you're doing and that you aren't just like a farce. If you're a flipper, take some pictures of your renovation process, post about it, talk about issues you're having, positive things you're happening, give tips and advice, write blogs, share other blogs, share other articles, do little Facebook lives like this, little videos of when you're going to look at your next property or you're walking through a rental. People want to see what you're doing. They want to see that you are legitimate, and it does not take that much time. I'm going to ask you a question. If you're saying that, posting on Facebook or social media 5 times a week is too overwhelming, what is the cost of the time, 15 minutes a day that you're posting on social media? If you got even one joint venture partner out of it, a lifetime's worth of people helping you buy properties and grow your wealth and grow your portfolio. What is that time worth to you, that 15 minutes a day? So try to rationalize it like that. That yes, social media is a lot of work. It is something that has to be consistently worked at. You have to be posting on it all the time, uploading videos. It can be tedious. It can be a pain in the butt. There are days that I wake up and I'm like, you know what, I don't really feel like posting today. But there's tactics to get around that. We're going to go over that in a few minutes. But again, think of the benefit. This is for free. You are just sitting in front of your computer, typing out a little article, sharing a photo from a renovation that you're doing, and that could be your ticket to getting a joint venture, if not multiple joint venture partners. So is that time worth it to you? I'm going to say the answer is yes. So in terms of like keeping the overwhelm at bay, now just to keep, to let you guys know, I'm on YouTube. I post at least once a week. I do 1 Facebook Live per week, and I post every single day, and I post multiple days or times per day on Instagram. You're like, how do you have a life? Oh, and I also write 3 email newsletters a week. The way that I combat this is by having a content calendar. If you don't know what that is, please Google it. There are so many amazing free ones that you can download off of Google. So type in social media content calendar. It is going to print you off like it's literally a calendar that is going to help you plan what you're going to post when on your different social media channels, different times of day, different points of the week, different points of the month. I never sit in front of my computer and think, oh shoot, I don't know what to write about today. Should I or forget that I'm supposed to be posting something somewhere. All my social media posts, the way I do it is I spend every Sunday afternoon writing content, writing some of my newsletters, and planning out my content for the coming week. I know what pictures I'm going to use. I know what I'm going to talk about. I know what types of posts I want to put out, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. So that way, when I get through the week, I'm never like, because I get stressed too, right? Like I have a super busy life. I have a big portfolio. I'm managing stuff for my actual joint venture partners. So I try to keep that as simple as possible. And if you have a content calendar written, put down, post it up on your wall in front of your desk every day, then you're not going to stress about what you need to write about. You're not going to stress about the photos. You're not going to stress about all that stuff. So please consider getting yourself a content calendar. It's very, very useful so that you do not feel overwhelmed at a loss of like what to say. And I'll also encourage you to post every day if you already know like what you're going to talk about. I would highly encourage, like, if you're going to go the step, get your website, you're going to get yourself, a Facebook page, consider Instagram or YouTube. I know it's like adding a lot into the mix, but both of them have huge pluses. So for example, YouTube, millions and millions of viewers that are going to search, real estate investing tips, how to duplex a house, tips on renovations for a flip. If you start to get enough followers and you're ranking, you're giving good content, and you learn the basics of good YouTubing, then you're going to get more followers, you're going to get more subscribers, and then people are going to be reaching out to you again for your expertise. Now, I'm probably going to do a separate video from this specifically on how to capture information. Today, I just wanted to go over some of the ways that I use social media as a platform, but there's a lot of little nitty-gritty details that go into each platform and how I actually get people reaching out to me. It's the terms that I use. It's making sure that my website, my email, my information is linked to all of my posts so that people can instantly go to my site, reach out to me if they need to. You need to make it as foolproof as possible, as simple for viewers as possible. Because keep in mind, there's a 30-second window. I don't know if you knew that. For Facebook, when they're scrolling through, it's less than 10 seconds. For someone watching a video, it's less than 30 seconds. So if you do not give someone a call to action or an easy way to access a link or a way to reach out to you, they will watch for 10 to 30 seconds, they will tune out, and they will scroll to the next thing. You need to be like right up there in their face. Click on my page, go see my resource, send me an email, ask me for more info, tell them to go do something and give them the link. That's definitely one thing I want to emphasize as well. So again, YouTube is great because you can put your website, you can add a long description, you can encourage people to come and watch you portray all of this content. And if you do it right, it won't cost you anything but your time. You don't need a fancy camera, you don't need a fancy light. I am shooting this right now on my iPhone. I have an Android actually. I'm just on my phone and I have a really good editing system that I got a free trial on. I do my own editing, I create my own graphics. And that's it. And I will even probably repurpose this video and post it on YouTube as one of my weekly videos. And it doesn't matter. People don't care per se. You know, everyone gets really stuck on the quality of the video and how well everything's edited. But at the end of the day, people are there for a reason. People go to YouTube for how-to videos. They want to learn. So I get out my little whiteboard and I tell people, all right, guys, this is how you analyze a property. These are the things you need to look out for when you're doing a flip. Here's how to break down the financial analysis of a deal that I'm doing right now. They don't care if my camera quality is like, you know, studio perfect and the lighting's amazing. They're focused on the numbers. They're focusing on what I'm teaching them. So don't get hung up in the whole like spectrum of needing everything to be perfect. Just get out there. Same with these Facebook Lives that I do, right? Like they don't need to be perfect. People are here to learn. So if you're a little scared, a little nervous, I encourage you to just like give it a go, right? Like what's the worst thing that's going to happen? Create a Facebook page, you know, write your first blog article, do your first Facebook Live, post a video. People are going to comment. People are going to like it. Like I guarantee you, this is social media. People love to follow along on people's stories, on their journeys. When it comes to real estate investing, it's exciting for people. They're just going to love the journey and like love the information. So that's why I think YouTube videos are super cool. They allow a lot of interaction. You get a lot of like loyal following, I find. People subscribe to your channel, so they're gonna watch multiple videos. And then maybe by the 10th video, they'll reach out to you and say, hey, you know, I've been watching a bunch of your videos. I love your knowledge. I'd love to talk to you about doing a deal, or I want to coach with you or mentor or something, right? It's how I get a ton of deals. And also for me, what has been such a massive, massive thing is Instagram. And I know Instagram is not for everyone. It's a very like millennial app, but if you can commit to posting one photo a day. Keep in mind that like Instagram is just about photos. So if you're like out and about and like you see a cool house, you snap a photo of it, and or you're driving in the car and you know you do a little story video about like, oh guys, I'm gonna go check out some property today, and Instagram is more of like a day-to-day update, you know, behind the scenes. Guys, I'm in the moment doing this right now. Check it out. I'm looking at this house right now. What do you think of this carpet? I'm installing this type of flooring. What colors do you guys like? It's a very interactive, very fast moving app. So it's cool. If you just get in the habit of kind of like, I hate encouraging people to be more on their phones than we already are, which is why I always encourage a bit of like downtime from your screen. I always take one day off a week from posting on social media, which is Sundays. So you'll notice you never see anything from me on Sunday. But yeah, like just keep in the habit of like when you're walking through a property or you're at your rental or you want to talk about something cool that happened that day, you know, pull out your phone, talk about it on Instagram to an audience, post a picture on it with a little caption. Again, like I have, guys, and this is no joke, I have probably raised over $300,000 on Instagram alone from people reaching out to me, and at least 3 joint venture partners, okay? And I didn't do anything. These people reached out to me. They watched my videos. They were following my posts. They watched my lives, and they were like, wow, cool. Oh, I didn't know you invested in Brantford. Oh, you do commercial and like large multifamilies. I've been really interested in that. Blah, 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 blah. Like people just are constantly reaching out to me, watching the things I do on YouTube, watching the things I do on Instagram, and then they just want to work with me. And I've gotten coaching clients, JV partners, capital, private lending, you name it. So do not underestimate social media. And it doesn't need to be weird. It doesn't need to be awkward. You don't have to like vlog your entire life and put it out there for the world to see. But if the world does not know what you do and you're not asking the world to participate with you, then how do they know who you are? Why should they invest with you? You don't have a presence online. They can't check you out. They don't know if you're legit. They don't know if what you're saying is true. They don't know that you take yourself seriously. And if you don't ever ask for partnering or money or whatever it is, then they don't even know to reach out to you. I make it very clear that I work with partners. I make it very clear that I'm looking for money all the time and deals and whatever. So people know that they're like, oh, cool, you partner with people. I'd love to be a part of that. Let's chat. You have to put yourself out there. And I know I talked a lot about a ton of different stuff. It might seem overwhelming. So I want to recap what are the most important steps for you to take. Number one, before you even get started on this social media journey, is creating a brand. So like I said, go to Fiverr, go get yourself a logo, create yourself a business name, decide who are you? Are you a flipper? Are you a buy and holder? Are you a rent to own person? Just whatever it is you do, maybe you do a bunch of different things, but just in one city or one market. Brand yourself, call yourself something relevant, go get a cool logo, get some business cards, then get yourself a website. Those are non-negotiables for me. If I'm giving you advice on how to do this on social media, there's some legwork here. Nothing in life comes easy. Getting joint venture partners is not a walk in the park. I get them now, almost on autopilot. But keep in mind, I've been doing this for 2 years and I post on social media every single day, multiple platforms. So there's still some time, there's some cost and effort involved in this. But I promise you that if you are consistent, you have a good brand and you're putting good content out there, people will reach out to you. It's inevitable. So definitely make sure that you have your brand, that you have your business card, that you have a good website. Again, you can go to Fiverr for under $200. Someone can build you a nice little 5-page website. It doesn't need to be fancy. Talk about who you are, what your mission is, what you invest in, and how you can help them. That's very important. This isn't just about you sitting out here spewing about why you're an expert. You also have to make it about them, make it about the investor. You need to talk about what you do and why it'll help them. I have an entire page on my website about what joint ventures are, why they're useful, why people should invest with me. Same with private lending. So if people have questions, they're like, oh wow, we know exactly what she invests in. We know exactly what she does. And that I should reach out to her if I'm interested in partnering with her. It's a no-brainer. So you need to make sure that your website has at least those components. And please have a website. People do not want to Google you as an investor and not find a single word of you on Google. They're going to think you are fake. They're going to think you are lying. They're going to think that you are not legit and that you do not take yourself seriously. Do not make that mistake. I'm promising you, it could be a huge factor in you just getting JVs from people searching your website from your business card, or they met you somewhere and they want to Google you. They want to find a website. They want to read more about who you are and what you do. So make that an absolute necessity if you're thinking about getting started in social media to raise capital. And then lastly, pick at least one social media platform. I highly recommend 2, but at least Facebook is a huge one because people always Google Facebook businesses too on a Facebook business page. So I'd highly recommend that you get a Facebook business page, post on there at least once a day, go download yourself a very good social media content calendar off of Google, spend 1 day a week planning out all of your content, what you want to write about, the pictures you're going to post, all that kind of stuff ahead of time so that you're not overwhelmed, and then it becomes very easy for you to do on a weekly basis. And then if you're confident and you're comfortable, you can add other layers like a YouTube channel, posting on Instagram, but it just has to be consistent no matter what you do. I would rather you have one social media channel that you're religious with than having 3 and never posting on it. So those are my tips for you guys to get started raising capital on social media. And I hope that you take this to heart. Again, I have a background, a degree in marketing. So this stuff is not just random. This is fully studied strategies that I use. It all comes back to the brand, developing yourself as an expert, and getting yourself out in front of an audience. I cannot stress that enough. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video today. If you did, please hit the follow button below if you don't already follow my Facebook page so that you can get the notifications. I do a Facebook live training every single week for free. I go over several joint ventures, different type of real estate strategies, and I have a ton of other free content. If you guys want to go check out my YouTube channel, I have a lot of free resources and books and articles as well. So it's great chatting with you guys this afternoon. Again, I apologize last night for having to reschedule, but I will post this replay up on my wall if you haven't seen the whole thing. And again, thanks guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Take care, guys. Talk soon. Bye. Hey guys, thanks so much for tuning into my channel. I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you're looking for even more amazing content on real estate investing, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be releasing amazing videos every single week, so you won't want to miss it. If you want to learn more about working with me and what I do, make sure to check out my website as well. Bye guys.